And that and a bop. Let's go. Alrighty then. Let's see. Start it there. Start it there. You can hear me. Perfect. Things are going to plan. Welcome, V. Welcome to the live stream. You're the first one in. Glad to see you make it, dude. It has been ages. Well, I say ages. It's been a week. Let's go. I am doing good. Let's go. And hey, Saber. Have you changed your avatar? Yes, I have. So this is my new OC. It's still Equinox, just with a new coat of paint. Everything is pretty much the same, just he has a different coat markings now. And this piece was done by my wonderful, awesome friend, the Salty Prince. Did a wonderful job on bringing him to life. Why is he underneath every single thing? Hold on. Can I just not bring him? Oh, there we go. Other one. Move to top. There we go. This is what he looks like. But yeah, they did a fantastic job, so that's what Equinox is going to look like from now on. But yeah, so it started like a while ago where I wasn't too happy with Equinox's design. Thanks. He's actually based off of an Andalusian horse. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. That's what I've been telling everyone the pronunciation is anyways. And I've just never really been happy with Equinox's coloration, especially compared to his counterpart of Solstice up here. So I've been like, well, I can't really change him too much, or else he won't be Equinox anymore. And then I was playing in a Minecraft server with a bunch of my friends. We do this every year. One guy only works for like 6 months out of the year, and this is his off season. So he's like, okay, we're all going to play now, and he just degens the server for 6 months straight. It's great. Makes a custom mod pack for it and everything. But I was trying to decide what skin to use. And so I went with his skin for like the first 3 or 4 weeks. I was about to change back to my regular skin that I've been playing in. I'm like, I'm not happy with this. So I just look and try and find something that catches my eye. And it was on page 40 of this Minecraft skin decks to try and see if I find something I was happy with. And I found an Andalusian horse, and I'm like, that's me. That is me now. So I commissioned my friend They did a wonderful job, and now he's an Andalusian horse now. And so he's now a little bit interesting to draw. Do I semi regret giving him a dappled appearance because now every time I draw him, I have to draw dapples? Yes. Do I also think the same thing about wings? Also, yes. Will I change it? No. And the avatar that we have in the bottom now, my talking head, that is like V1. I'm going to just kind of be tweaking it and see where I feel like it fits for me best. But we'll see how it goes. Let me know what y'all think of the new me, and we shall get started on the thingamabobber. The thingamabobber jig. Honestly, today's stream, I was 50-50 on actually doing until last night. Because I figured everyone's going to be busy with family or the holidays. Although it's been such a weird, it's been such a weird winter everywhere from what I've heard. That just kind of, the holidays just kind of snuck up on everyone. So I figured, might as well. I mean, probably not going to do one next week. Maybe, maybe not. I'll see how I feel about it. But regardless, we still have the annual Changeling of the Guard New Year's celebration. And this year, our confirmed guests are Karma and V, and probably Desk because they also tend to be here. And it's going to be a great time for anyone who shows up to it. But any hoozles, shall we get a little bit of reading in? That'll surely bring some people out as to try and stop me from reading. Alright, there we go. Where did we start off with? Where did we leave off? So I did start here. Perfect. I love it when it works out like that. Also, I figured out what happened to my computer last stream. It overheated, so I've taken precautions to make sure it doesn't overheat, mostly by pre-chilling my room as much as possible. Other than that, it should be good to go. And make sure that this is... Princess Celestia raised one imperious eye as she looked down upon me and her formerly and perhaps not so formerly wayward sister, currently in disguise and sneaking out of the palace. I carefully did not notice that the co-ruler of Equestria tried to hide a small plate of freshly baked and frosted cookies behind her back, but I did allow myself a small moment of solidarity against our dietary overlords and their caloric tyranny. Unfortunately, I then realized that I was also in something of an awkward position. I can explain. I can explain. I just realized it's a little bit echoey. Come on. Come on, recording curtain. There we go. That should help slightly. I can explain. I can explain. Both eyes now widened. Oh, Harmony, help me. Idle, that isn't necessary. She cleared her throat. A moment of your time, if I may steal him from you. She nodded to the not Luna, then motioned for me to step aside with her, very carefully concealing her snacking paraphernalia under the wing she used to guide me away. Your Majesty, I... Hold idle, sighed the Sun Princess fondly. I am a... Oh, wait. There, yeah. Hold idle, sighed the... No, how to get fondly. Hold it, yep. I'm just going to keep going and see what... Hold idle, sighed the prince. Am I even doing Celestia's voice here correctly? I think this is her. It is also Chrysalis, so it'd be really funny if I didn't get that correct. Hold idle, sighed the sun. Sighed the Sun Princess. Yep, there we go. Sighed the Sun Princess fondly. I am aware of your proclivities, and that is your business. To my knowledge, you have been almost completely dedicated to your duties towards my sister, with very little time for indiscretion, even in your personal time. I can overlook an unauthorized tour of the palace for yourself and a friendly mare. You are by no means the first to do so. I only ask that you not make a habit out of it, and try not to tarry overmuch before returning to my sister's side. She is already nervous about her upcoming visit to Ponyville. It is good for her to have someone to encourage her to be more outgoing. Relieved to finally have the elder sister's blessing, I nodded fervently. I shall return to her and continue to encourage her outgoing as soon as we finish speaking, I assured the Solar Diarch quickly. Of course, I went to her before even beginning my shift. Celestia politely coughed. I should have known... I should have known Luna would encourage you. She has always been more... I should have known Luna would encourage you. She has always been more open-minded about such things. I trust you will relieve her worries about her upcoming trip when your tour is complete. It shall be done. Wonderful. You are dismissed, Corporal. If I may, Your Highness, Cookie tends to hide excess buttercream. Ah, stop it, stop it, stop it. No. Oh, did I misspeak? Hold on. Where did I misspeak? No. Ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba da. Very little time for that. In this, Celestia is supremely embarrassed that she caught idle, giving a random floozy a tour of the castle that is almost certainly going to require thorough scrubbing. She's amused, but she's also a bit scandalized. Oh gosh, now I have to try and do scandalized. Um, let's see. She would love to be anywhere else. That is very true. Oh, where did that put me? Oh no, it put me all the way over here. No, you're supposed to be over here. You're supposed to be over here. Like your aunt catching you sneaking a girl into your room. She knows what's up. She wishes she didn't. That is very true. That is very true. I will endeavor to make her sound more embarrassed. It's kind of funny because since I am the way that I am, I never had to experience this extreme awkwardness. So it's I can't draw from uh, personal experience in this sort of thing. Oh man, but I shall endeavor to pull from various media. Celestia politely coughed. Celestia politely coughed. I should. No, no, no. I should have known. That's so close to Idol's voice. I should have. I should have known Luna would encourage you. She. No. I should have known Luna would encourage you. She has always been more open-minded about such things. I trust you will relieve her worries about her upcoming trip when your tour is complete. Welcome, Farfalla. Welcome to the stream. We have already made so much progress. Look, we've made so much. We did all this. Your distraction has failed. we have made so much progress. I should have known Luna would encourage you. She has always been more, open-minded about such things. I should have known Luna would encourage you. She always has been more, open-minded about such things. I trust you will relieve her worries about her upcoming trip when your tour is complete. Curse my procrastination of my chores. As I started to learn Rust, congratulations! I've heard it's a very challenging game. I've never played it myself, but I heard it's very fun. It shall be done. Wonderful. Wonderful. You are dismissed, Corporal. Wonderful. You are dismissed, Corporal. If I may, Your Highness, Cookie tends to hide excess buttercream vanilla behind the pickles when the day's baking is complete. Merely a bit of gossip. I scarcely know why I mention it. Isn't Rust a game? Or is this a Rust isn't a game, it's a lifestyle or something? Talk about the programming. Oh, there's a programming language called Rust too? Oh. Good luck with that. I barely know. I know some things in Python. Barely. I haven't touched it in 3-4 years. But go ahead. I support you trying to learn a programming language. Yippee. I know I definitely wouldn't have the mental wherewithal to learn a programming language, which I actually heard is a great reasoning for if magic existed in the real world, everyone would be a wizard. And someone just goes, no, because we already have that, and it's called programmers, and hardly anyone wants to be them, even though it is an arcane language that you have to study to learn, and that it creates magic, and you are often unappreciated. Nice new avatar. Thanks. I'm trying it on for size. I think it's gonna I think it's going to be here to stay. Something a little bit more different than just a plain white Pegasus. Which also means I might have to redo all of my artwork of Equinox so I can actually have some some things. Ooh, that's going to be rough. I'll figure it out. Also, welcome Seth. Welcome to the live stream. All that. Hey, All Star. Also, thanks for dropping by the stream as well. That new avatar looks great. I almost forgot about it. What do you mean you almost forgot about it? It came out yesterday. It came out yesterday. Oh my gosh. But hey, glad to see the streams filling in. How's everyone's weekend going? Any plans for the holidays? Are you ready for the holidays? Last minute shopping? Or you just kind of disappointed that's not snowing if you are in places where it's not snowing right now? Like myself. Come on, it's the week before Christmas and we had one good snowstorm and now it's raining outside. That is beyond ridiculous. Also, Ubuntu boots from the NVMe start drive again. Let's go! I need to buy some vodka for my uncle. Thankfully it's snowing there. Or thankfully no snow. Thankfully no snow. Oh, I want snow. I really want snow. Christmas doesn't feel like Christmas without snow. And with how weird this year's being, it's like 50 outside right now. And that's ridiculous. I remember when I was a kid, it was snowing in on Halloween. Like, it would start snowing on Halloween and it would just continue until the holidays. And now, not even we had one drop. It melted by the next day. Like, what bull crap is this? You don't like to feel the cold because you live by the sea? Very fair. I live in a desert, so it's either cold or hot, and nothing in between. We get a single day of perfect weather a year, and no one ever gets to choose where it's at. And funny enough, the day of perfect weather was like just a couple of days ago. I am surprised as anyone else that happened then. I remember when we used to get snow. I know, it's ridiculous. Come on. Like, I've talked with several people when I was at their houses, and they're all like, even if it snowed for like Christmas and then was gone by the next day, they'd be perfectly happy with that. But just having no snow on Christmas is just redonkulous. And I drive for a living, so snow on the roads is just awful, and I still want snow. December doesn't feel like December without snow. It feels like October right now. Last year we only got at most a morning of snow. Oh, that's rough. At least I hope you got a little bit of rain to top off any reservoirs in your area if you live in an area that requires reservoirs. During a college day. No! Yeah, my nieces and nephews built snowmen, during the one day it snowed. And now they're all gone because it's been raining like crazy. Didn't even... Yep, I didn't get to enjoy the snow either. I was cooped up all day doing random work bull crap. And now that I don't have work bull crap, I can't enjoy it. Because there's no snow outside. Not even in the mountains. You know how hard it is to live in a place where there's snow year-round, but there's not even any in the mountains right now? I live in England, we're not hurting for water. Well, good for you. Glad to see someone's getting some water somewheres. Yeah, we don't get water hardly ever. We're the second driest state in the nation, fun fact. Even drier than Arizona. I think it goes Nevada, then me, then Arizona. It goes through old law books and sees a law still in the books saying that every heart's warming is required to have snow. We could get less. Well, I also hear that rain in England is also not the same as rain out here. Like your rain is like more misty uh, than just full on drops, than full on like actual raindrops. So even though it rains constantly, it's actually a little bit more pleasant. I don't know. I've never been there, but that is just what I've heard through the grapevine. Whereas out here, it feels like sometimes the raindrops are out to kill you because if they were hail, they definitely would bonk you through a new one. Is truffle still not working? Unfortunately, no. I do not know what happened to it, but yeah, I could not get it to work for the life of me. I I think it just might be broken. And I think it has something to do with Google Authenticator or something like that. Because every time I try and log back in, it's like, oops, an error has occurred, and then boots me back out to the login screen. So I just don't. I think it's just kind of broken for the moment. Unfortunate, but it happens. It is not pleasant. Well, there's a reason why you can get away wearing sweaters all year round, whereas we can only really wear warm clothing like a handful of months out of the year, true, but we can't just go. Well, at least I cannot go and wear a sweater throughout the whole year because it's way too hot for that. It's way too. It gets like 110 outside, and that is just the worst, especially if you're running around outside in long sleeves, especially since it's synthetics, because it's part of the PPE to have only synthetic clothing. So I'm just wearing polyester when it's 110 and it's just death outside. But it's fine. We're fine about it. That's why I have a gallon of water in my truck at all times that I have to refill every single day. And I still feel thirsty at the end of it. The days we get nice breezes, those are great. Uh, I know it's not you, Farfalla, or it's not even England, but every time I hear someone from England complain about like how hot the weather is, and you didn't complain about it, but your comment just reminded me of this video where where this British person was just complaining about nothing is as hot as England. I was like going through a heat wave. I was like, oh, it's getting up to, I don't know, 40 or something like that. I don't know Celsius terms, which was like 86 at like 100% humidity. And he's like, and she's just like, there's nothing hotter. It's absolutely miserable. And no one would be able to survive in England right now. It is way too hot. And this guy from Texas just like duets her video and just looks outside and is like, man, I wish it was that cold out here. And it's like he walks out to 110 degrees with the humidity at 100% too. It's And then a third guy just duets and it's just like, please tell me he's joking. Please, I'm going there like next week. Please tell me that's not what it's like out there. I don't want to die. I will always complain about the heat. I especially do not deal with heat well. Neither do I. I have lots of great insulation for that, to thank for that. It's 105 in the shade. That is so true. It sometimes gets really miserable out there. What's really funny though is that customers will some customers that we service. For anyone you don't know, I work as an exterminator, and so we do inside and outside appointments all summer long. And there are people that are like both during the summer and during holidays. They're like, I can't believe your work's like having you come out here on a holiday and or when it's this hot outside. And like I have to like I have to hold back my tongue so hard from just saying, yeah, it's because, people like you want us to come out here when it's over 100 degrees and or when it's a holiday. They would send us out if people weren't asking for it. uh, yeah, it's the job that I have. It's very enjoyable, especially if you're more uh, if you need to be active to like, especially me. I worked in an office job for a few years. I could not deal with being in an office. I hated being stuck in an office. And I feel like I would hate it again if I went back to an office, even though it would be better pay and better benefits. I just can't stand not being physically active at least part of the day. So I don't complain too much about the heat, although it's kind of funny when other people are like, oh my gosh, it's so hot outside. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there in long sleeves, shirt, and pants with a hat on, carrying around a 20-pound canister, showing up to their house. I'm like, yeah, it's a scorcher today, ain't it? Knowing full well, after I'm done with the inside of their house, I'm going back outside and dragging around a 150-foot long hose around their entire foundation and eaves to just spray it. Oh man. Yeah, definitely though outside treatments, especially in scorchers, are definitely a lot more enjoyable than bedbug treatments. Because bedbug treatments, it gets as hot as it is outside, except inside there's no circulation, and you're still wearing gloves. You're also wearing a mask because the dust that we put in the air, while not toxic, is not great to breathe either. It just sucks. So, on the plus side, you get to spend like an hour just listening to podcasts and whatnot. Never mind, NVMe drive isn't booting anymore. No! Also, Farfella, have you tried booting it just with the NVMe so it loads all the stuff onto the NVMe, and then after getting it loaded on there, then hooking up a second drive for storage and whatnot? I don't know, it might help. That's what helped fix a laptop I had that wasn't booting properly. Because I kept wanting to boot off the hard drive, and I'm like, no, boot off the SSD. And it's like, no, I want to boot on the hard drive. And then I tried to get to boot off the SSD anyway, and what it did was it split the installation files between the SSD and the hard drive. And I'm like, who invented this bootloader? It's just so. So what I heard most people did to solve the problem was just wipe the drive clean and reinstall onto the NVMe with nothing else hooked to the system, and then it will most likely work. Oh, the NVMe is the only thing installed right now? Well, best of luck. I don't know how to do Linux. I'm going to eventually have to learn how to do Linux. But that is a story for another day. Speaking of stories for today's... Speaking of today's, it seems like the distractions are over. So let us just get back to the task at hand here and see if I can finish out this last chapter. And maybe we can have a Christmas miracle. She gave a small of intrigue. She gave a small of intrigue, and her eyes flicked back down the alleyway. The castle is just alleyways. No, no. We have more distractions. It's over here. So look over. Look, a distraction. She gave a small of intrigue, and her she gave a small of intrigue, and her eyes flicked back down the hallway. Perhaps I should take a small walk back to the kitchens, just to stretch my legs one last time before bed. She gave a nod to myself and to not Luna, and we scampered away, Luna only barely stifling a... She gave a nod to myself and to not Luna, and we scampered away, Luna only barely stifling a hearty chuckle until we had finally fled far enough from the castle. Not Luna grinned with absolute delight. Have I seen Hazbin Hotel? I have seen the first season. I have some thoughts about the first season. But I won't get into that because I want to watch the second season. Because I hear the second season is a lot better than the first season. Have you seen the newest episode of Digital Circus? It is a fantastic episode. I highly recommend the series. Those thoughts are... So, Hazbin Hotel, the first season. Granted, this is with only the knowledge of the first season. I would describe it as lots and lots of good ideas. No explanation. Though, so... the first season of Hazbin has a awful habit of posing great questions, and then when someone's like, but why? They're just like, we don't have time to explain. We'll get to that later. Every single time. Why does this happen? We'll get to that. Why does this happen? We'll get to that later. Why is this happening? We'll get to that later. So, lots of setup, not a lot of payoff, so outside of a handful of episodes, there's not really much to think about. It's a good show. I enjoyed it. But it's all set up and no payoff. Like, the characters aren't really aware of why stuff is happening in early Hazbin. That is very fair. Which is why, like, I feel like my thoughts are incomplete until I watch the second season of Hazbin. I will say the musical numbers in the first season are very lackluster. I heard the musical numbers in the second season have really hit their stride. Such as, so like, for example, I heard the opening song of the second season does a better job than the opening song in the first episode of the first season for setting up the entire gist of Hazbin. Whereas, what was it? Happy Day in Hell. It does something. It's Charlie's I Want song, but she doesn't really do anything with it. Doesn't really make anything really intriguing. And like, they just show us random demons that never appear again in the show, rather than, other characters we're supposed to know for this season. Like, none of them understand why things are the way they are. I'm like I said, that's very fair. Like, honestly, a lot of people could say my feedback of Hazbin Hotel season 1 is very negative. I'd say it's not negative, it's more tempered, because, like, if you're not having any payoff or even answering basic questions in the first place, why ask them? Because, like, granted, they were probably setting up for a second season, but, like, like to compare it with a show like, for example, My Little Pony or Avatar The Last Airbender, their first season, they set up and answer questions, give us more and more lore about the world, whereas Has Been, it we're always like, okay, what's the lore of the world that you're setting up? And Has Been is like, oh, background lore of the world that you're currently trying to invest yourself in? We'll get to that. We'll get to that later. The angels don't actually know what gets you into heaven or sends you to hell. That's just good or bad. Like, I understand, like, the characters don't know, but you should set up at least some world building rather than throwing everything at a wall and seeing what sticks. Um, like, that's like that opening scene. That's the only thing that we get that really establishes the world that we live in. Even though a lot of people already know the fall of Lucifer, it's nice to see their take of it in the show. But they don't really like it's great background detail, but they don't continue those background details. Uh, I think I think I put best like Happy Day in Hell when Charlie is singing about it. I feel like uh, Vaggie, her part of the song, what should have been more doubtful but trusting Charlie as much as she can, but she expresses those self doubts before she climbs to the outside and just shows her full support for Charlie, showing that, yeah, she's very worried about this project, but she's there to show support for Charlie. That's not explained in the opening number, and musical numbers in TV shows. Musical numbers in TV shows are meant to get a lot of character across in a very short time. But Happy Day for I'm picking on Happy Day in Hell because it has a lot to set up, and what it sets up is Charlie's characterization, but she's already stated that a couple of times before this point, and again after this point. So, what's the point of the musical number? It is very very interesting. Did you hear or see the songs? No, the only song I've heard from season two is the opening song. I don't know what it's called. I just know that it's the first song of season two. And like Has Been Hotel does a lot of good characterization. Uh, we can just look at Poison and Loser Baby. That's that those two songs, honestly, probably some of the best songs of the first season because they actually do something. All the other songs, they're pretty forgettable. Like they're great songs to listen to out of context. In context, you're just like, okay, here's time for required musical number 1 and 2. The thing is, as you say Shine Brighter, all I can think about is the siren songs from Rainbow Rocks. like, like, I'm not saying Has Been Hotel is bad. It's just, we know it can be so much better. And from what I've heard of season two, it has delivered on being better. It's just the first season. is a bit rougher around the edges than normal. Uh, Also, I think Shine Brighter is from season 2 because I don't remember it from season 1. Like, Stayed Gone, cool. We get their their whole character dynamic, great stuff. But out of like a handful of songs, do you remember everything that happened? Do you remember every song that happened in season 1? I'm a really big song guy, especially show tunes, and I can only remember Loser, Poison, Happy Day in Hell, just because it's the first introduction, and it's the one I have honestly the most problems with, as well as Hell is Forever. That's just because it's a good song, but doesn't really do much. It doesn't really do much for the whole story at hand. Stayed Gone is also very great, although half the time I forget what it's called. And usually always end up calling it Wish You Were Gone instead. Because I'm like, I know Gone is in the title somewhere. But like songs that I re listen to over and over from the opening season, it's Poison and Stayed Gone. And out of those ones, I listen to Poison a lot more than Stayed Gone because, out of context with the show, it doesn't really fulfill that quota of good in and out of show. So, so yeah, I'm not hating on it. It's a good show. I can't wait to watch season 2. But, uh, but yes, season 1 has some problems with it that I'm glad that they've finally ironed out as the show has progressed, from what I've heard. Oh, have a good day, Saber. Nice to see you on stream. So so yeah, the like if we could look at MLP, which has a lot of musical episodes of music numbers through it, first season is a bit rough compared to the rest of the series. I'd say season 1 is like one of the weaker seasons. I wouldn't say weakest because I can't have an opinion on that because I haven't watched past season 7. But that's besides the point. Or I haven't watched a full season past season 7. Season 4 is my personal favorite. And I love a lot of the songs in MLP. And they do a good job of blending storytelling while still being a good song. Whereas first season of Has Been kind of just kind of nails good song, but not good at storytelling. Ta-ta for now. Hopefully, I'll see you either next week or during the New Year's stream. I'll post more info in everything once I finalize my decisions. But yes, it is definitely happening. This, if not next Sunday, then New Year's Eve for sure. But yeah, there's a lot I could talk about Hell of a Boss. Or not Hell of a Boss, Has Been Hotel. I haven't seen Hell of a Boss yet. Heard that's also fantastic. And honestly, I feel like the issues I have with Has Been Hotel is just because it's their first foray, so they kind of don't know the characters or the world until they kind of tried them on for size. I didn't read your previous post because it had major spoilers in it, and while I do not care for spoilers most of the time, I'm already interested in seeing what is going to take place. So I choose not to be spoiled for the majority of season 2. because I enjoy reading spoilers because it makes me more intrigued to watch a property. Whereas if I'm already fully invested into watching it, I don't want spoilers because I'm going to watch it anyway, so I want to get that first time. Um, and what was it? Like, for example, Iron Lung. If someone leaks it and I get spoiled on Iron Lung, I'm going to be very unhappy because I want to experience Iron Lung in theaters with everyone else at the same time. In fact, I'm going to buy tickets for opening night right after work so that way no one can spoil me on it. For, uh, but because I want to watch it spoiler free because I already plan on watching it. Yeah, I have no idea what any of this means. Pasta. You don't do horror? Honestly, most of the time I don't do horror either. But the game was so great, and I'm doing it to support Markiplier in his uh, film debut because he's given me he's I've enjoyed a lot of his content growing up, so it's the least I could do to, to give back a little bit for all the blood, sweat, and tears that he's put into his career. So I am very proud of what he's been able to build. Like with like with a lot of creators that have managed to build businesses off the backs of being people that make silly videos in their bedroom. It's very cool to see that that's can be a legitimate career path for those that are willing to put in that kind of time and effort. I always suspected that he was rich, but not that rich to basically fund his entire project. It's like Markiplier, like I know that Markiplier is insanely rich. He's even said in interviews, he's like he thinks it's unfair how rich he is, which is why he gives to charity so often, as much as he can, pretty much. And he also doesn't like to live the rich lifestyle. In fact, from what I heard, like the house that he currently has, he would love to have a more modest house, but uh, it's more for his protection from crazier fans than anything else. Yeah, Markiplier made a boatload of money, and glad to see that like him grow to those proportions. Because honestly, if anyone deserves uh, that kind of cash, it would be him. At least from even if his uh, because he seems like just such a genuine good guy. From what I've heard of people that have actually met him, his brother makes two kinds. Yeah, true, very true. I heard that's a really good comic as well. I remember during one of Jack's Thankmas streams, during one segment, Mark said he would match what was made during that hour, and he casually matched 10 grand. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Two Kinds is a furry comic, if I'm remembering correctly. I don't know too much about it. Haven't really been paying attention, but I heard it's really good. I don't even know if it's NSFW or not, but given that it's furry, it's probably not too far of a stretch to assume so. I know there is wholesome furry comics, but you know. It's the stereotype. It's safe for work. Oh, great! I can actually read it then. No, please don't tell me my stream is crapping out on me again. I do not want for that to happen this week. I tried to make it so it wouldn't happen this week. Well, according to YouTube, it's saying everything is going good, so we're going to just continue that we're maybe going to be good. But yeah, I might have to look up. I might have to look up two kinds now. I don't read too much. Like, the amount that I read on stream is akin to what I usually read in about a week. I just don't have time. I've been listening to just podcasts for months now. It's nothing that you wouldn't get from the 90s. Oh, okay, that's fine then. That is very fine. Like, I remember hearing offhandedly that it was NSFW, and I'm like, okay, that makes sense. but then I didn't look into it any further because I wasn't interested in something of that nature. But to hear that it's actually safe for work, that makes it a whole lot better. Even with our distractions, especially with your distractions. Uh, I just don't read that much because I don't have a lot of downtime in between appointments usually, and if I do, it usually goes into maintaining my truck, so that way I don't have to do it at the end of my shift or at the end of the week because my commission is taking care of the truck, at least making it so it's not trashed like a lot of other technicians' trucks, and I take great pride in taking care of my workspace. I don't know how people can live in their vehicles for 12 plus hours a day and have it piled high with fast food bags and garbage and old invoices that should have been thrown away ages ago. Like, I don't understand how people can operate in that kind of environment. But hey, you do you. As long as I don't have to borrow your truck, then it's fine. Oh, that was towards V. Okay. I was figuring out what you were saying, why too. But one of the species of animal people has a huge taboo against showing ankle. Neat. And like when I first heard of two kinds, like that was years and years ago, where I was under the delusion that bronies were not part of the furry community and avoided all furry stuff. Now I don't care. And honestly, I might take a peek into it because I've read plenty of furry comics at this point. The one that got me into that whole shebang, let me see if I can find it. Oh yeah, it's called Crimson Flag by Vermeer. That's a long comic. Let's see, how many pages is it? How many pages is that comic? 635 pages. So it's fairly decently sized. Uh, good world building, especially if you like foxes. I think everyone is a fox in that in that series. I won't say the artist doesn't do NSFW, but he doesn't go horny on me. Fair, fair. Much like any other artist, you can't escape the not safe for work forever, especially if you want to make cash. Don't you hate it when you drink water wrong? The furry community is one of those things that dips its toes into various kinks and things. Oh, absolutely. Like, people call Tumblr a degenerate website. Yeah, no, the fur... Who founded Tumblr? Probably furries at this point. I wouldn't be surprised. The skinny dip. Will it still be called skinny dipping if you have a constant coat of fur? Or would skinny dipping require you to shave first? I'm gonna read another paragraph because I need to do it. Yes, that's a kink too. Oh, I know, everything's a kink. And funny enough, as I found myself in multiple kink servers, completely by accident, just from being like, oh, hey, I know that dude, I'm going to join the such and such thing. And they sometimes post wholesome artwork. Most of the time they don't. But it's very fun seeing everyone interact with each other. Human idol encounters his first furry. Gosh. Well, that begs the question, in Equestria Girls, are there such things as furries since they're already based on horses? I mean, the whole of Canterlot High is also kind of furries, with the whole Wonder Colts, because they're wearing tails and ears. And they turn into furries every time they sing songs and whatnot. Can you tell I haven't watched a single Equestria Girls movie after Rainbow Rocks? My favorite highlight of the entire series. Also, one of my favorite villains, too. Absolute. Ah, there we go. My sister, none the wiser? I thought surely... Let's see. Can I find Luna? Is Luna somewhere in the recording? Is Luna right in the room with you right now? Feels like I need a Ouija board every time I try and find a character voice. Is the Luna in the room with us right now? Hey, the human 7 are not furries. They're proper magical girls. Hey, the true magical girls is the main 6, so... Have I seen Red vs. Blue? No, I have seen memes from Red vs. Blue. This, most particularly the one where that one guy is asking, like, so are you a boy or a girl? Neither. Well, what's in your pants? Doom. I don't remember the full sequence, but I just remember it's like, what's in your pants? Doom. They are furry, adjacent magical girls. Doesn't that make them Thundercats? Thunder horses? Something along those lines? Can you tell I haven't watched Thundercats either? Oh, there we go. My sister remains none the wiser. I thought surely I would be confined to my tower post-haste. You are not a misbehaving filly, your majesty. I certainly feel like one. Most invigorating. Though her ire was mostly focused upon you. If not for that, I dare say she might have discovered my ruse. I deigned not to correct her, but then again, had Princess Celestia noticed that it was, in truth, her sister I was escorting, I had thought she was in on it, but upon closer consideration of our discussion, 'tis unlike 'tis unlike my sister to show such jealousy. How interesting, young guard stallion. My thoughts ground to a halt. My my thoughts ground to a halt. Your Your Highness, please. Luna's grin broadened, gleaming as if it were a sliver of the moon itself. Let's see. I need to watch that again. I once read a fic where a full mod wound up in the red versus blue universe and was raised by a guy named Church. Isn't Church part of the red versus blue universe? Oh, any links to fan fictions or videos or things put or pictures put in live stream related, so that way they can find the stuff. So I have a thing brewing. I won't tell you what the thing is brewing until after it's finished brewing, but it's a very interesting thing. It is a very fun thing, and I hope you all enjoy the thing that is being brewed. Also, adjacent to the thing that is being brewed, but is in fact not the thing that is being brewing, I am very curious if a book of Changeling of the Guard were to come out. Would anyone be? I am getting inspiration for what the various for what would be going into the book. I already have an idea where the book would end, because it's going to take me a long while, probably almost as long as me reading this to finish out Changing of the Guard. But I am curious. Would you like chapter art akin to what Tyscope has created in the past as just full pages? Or would you prefer it to be more traditional, of a traditional printing where there's not really art on the inside, but there is a gorgeous cover art on the outside? Links are automatically are auto-modded out of the chat. So if you post it in the YouTube chat, it will not show up. I do not have control over that. So if you want to do it, link it through the Discord, and then they'll be able to see it. And you can post that in either the livestream related chat or an off-topic. Does the former give us more art? Yes, it would actually, because I believe Tyscope hasn't made new chapter art for Changeling since Idle and Topaz arrived at the guard post. What was it, Polite Fictions? Hold on, I have them here. Why am I guessing? I can just... Hold on, I need to check it out. Nope, that is the wrong folder. I need to go in this folder instead. That's named very similar. Why did I do this to myself? Let us see. Yeah, trust exercises. So chapter 13 was the last chapter art that we got from Ty. Don't know how we would incorporate this into the story. If we did, whether that would just be full chapter arts for everything, or how it would happen. but we could do it. If we go that way, then I might need to have like a tip jar, be like, hey, if you want to donate to have art put in the book, please, because I know, because Thai is for good reason fairly pricey. So I also want to have more artwork in the story. I am 100% there with you. It would just cost a lot more. So it's a what was it called? It's a split because I want to do more cover art, but in order to do that cover art, I'd have to save it for a very long time to fund said art, and that's if Scope agreed in the first place to do this massive workload, or I do it the way that I have been doing it for another book series that I'm publishing, where it's more realistic to an actual publication. Not a lot of art, mostly words. The book will be cheaper, and I'll be able to do it mostly by myself. That is the space that we're looking at right now. We don't have to decide today, but I am planting that thought in everyone's minds for the day that it might come to pass. What we're looking at. Anyways. Thou art entirely sure about this? Not Luna questioned with some skepticism, nervously tapping a hoof as she eyed the neon sign with its archaic symbols and animated tilting wine. Ooh, that's a... that is a thing. Not Luna questioned with some skepticism, nervously tapping a hoof as she eyed the neon sign with its archaic symbols, an animated tilting wine glass, and the pointy-tooth logo. So you'll go to the Discord, you'll right-click on Lesbian Pasta, because that is, I believe that is what Farfella is in the Discord, and just click message, and as long as Farfella is accepting messages from strangers, then you'll be able to do it. If not, then you can just post a link in the Discord, and Farfalla will be able to see it regardless of whether or not you DM'd it to them, but it will be available for everyone to see. Idle, I do not think this is an appropriate place for me to be at any of the time. Ooh. Idle, I do not think this is an appropriate place for me to be any of the time, though perhaps thematically appropriate for somewhere to go before a harvest festival themed around... Gosh, what is this sentence? This is such a long sentence. Idle, I do not... Idle, I do not think this is an appropriate place for me to be any of the time, though perhaps thematically appropriate for somewhere to go before a harvest festival themed around my own fall from grace. A bar? 'Tis a far sight from a potter's guild, true, and the play was most entertaining, but this? Nonsense, your highness. Officially, it is a club, not a bar, and I have it on good authority that it will be entirely to your taste. Nonsense, your highness. Officially, it is a club, not a bar, and I have it on good authority it will be entirely to your taste, and the food is good as well. 'Twas our understanding that clubs usually had waiting lines and the like? This one caters to a slightly different clientele as a rule, Canterlot does not have quite the long sentences are long. Yes, 100%. This one Ooh. Have I been doing the wrong idol voice? Oh, thank goodness. This one caters to a slightly different clientele as a rule. Canterlot does not have quite the bustling nightlife of Manhattan, but I think you may like it. I knocked on the door, and a small eye slot opened. I was quite jealous. In truth, I had argued that the castle doors should have such slots, and was informed that there were large portholes in each, but no pony liked carrying a ladder to and fro in order to use them, and, as a rule, the castle doors tended to be opened or guarded from the outside. Still, I approved of the extra security. One Lady Moonrock and escort. Moonstone... Never mind. Hold on. Moonstone... Never mind. She gave a nervous smile to the peering eyes, and the door slowly opened for me to lead the disguised princess into the dimly lit building. I am still unsure of this place. What even is the name of this establishment? I believe it is the Nightmares, my lady. And as for why I brought you here specifically, I shrugged, eyeing the other patrons. I believe they are, as they say, your people. Does anyone actually like clubs? I've never been in a club. Although my work does treat a club in the area, more specifically a apartment underneath a club in the area. How an apartment is underneath a club and who would ever want to live in such an apartment, I have no idea. I've never personally treated this. I've just heard this is a building that we treat, and I'm confused every time I hear about it. But no, I have never been. Pensive! Welcome! Welcome to the stream! Am I late? Something, a wizard is never late nor early. They arrive precisely when they mean to. Yeah, we have about 40 minutes left. So, we have a little bit of time. I tried to give as much notice as I possibly could, but glad you arrived. And we've actually made quite a bit of progress today, despite all the distractions. I can finally hear things. Welcome, All-Star. Welcome to the live stream. I will say, I was kind of confused about your comment saying that that you like my avatar, but you almost forgot about it. And I'm just sitting here like, this avatar released yesterday. How did you already almost forget about it? And I thought about it more, and I'm like, ADHD does a number on people, me included. So, progress? Lies. Oh, 'tis true, 'tis true. We're actually almost to the end of it. And it seems like they're about to sing the Piano Mare or whatever's playing in the club. Honestly, I have no idea. I assume it's some heavy bass. But yeah, that was a very funny moment to begin the stream with, because I'm like, I just got this artwork yesterday morning. The art that I did today was last night. I posted both. How? But but that's so fun. That's so fun. My The artist that set me up with the artwork is very much the same way. I had to poke him a couple of times, be like, "Hey, so how's it coming along? Not to be pushy or anything." They're like, "I'll be honest, I completely forgot." And then yesterday, I they happened to be in call just after I posted it, and or just after they posted it to me, hopped into call, and they're just like, "I am so angry with your horse," and I'm like, "Wait, hold on. Why are you angry with my horse?" And they're like, "I couldn't get the stupid wings to fit." They couldn't get a pose for the stupid wings on my stupid burp horse. And they went into a rant about how they finally just said screw it and looked up on Google stupid birds. And so the wings of my OC are based off of a secretary bird. I think they look good, but he was a little miffed that he couldn't figure out what pose to give my horse. I feel like that is a great idea, Seth. Although I feel like Fluttershy would be aware of what lamb chops are, because as much as she plays the cinnamon roll, she is not that innocent. She is very worldly in her knowledge. She might be not uh, all up to date, but she does have carnivorous animals a lot, so she probably has to buy meat from somewhere. I mean, she can't feed all of them fish, can she? Burb wings are cool. Exactly. I wish I could draw them at all. So that is also why my little guy only shows a talking head, because if it was any lower, then I'd have to worry about how the wings look, and I do not feel like drawing wings. Fluttershy reads manga. That's also true. She is canonically she is canonically a anime fan. An otaku, is that an anime fan? It's I can you tell I'm not part of the anime community? I've read some fictions where Flutters is the least innocent of the six. 100% true. Although I feel like it goes from terms of innocence, it goes Rarity, Fluttershy, Pinkie Pie, Applejack, and Twilight. And the gap between Twilight and Applejack is so huge. Web browser constantly screws up your phone project. Best of luck getting that phone to work. Kudos on you for trying, because I know I definitely would have given up a little bit and then try and get back and then give up on it again. Then come back a few months later thinking I got it now, and then never do anything with it. It's always the quiet ones. It is always the quiet ones. And honestly, I've seen fics where Fluttershy and Pinky have the dirtiest minds of the group, and Rarity is actually fairly innocent compared to everyone else except for Twilight. Given she can casually toss around bears. That's true, although the bear wasn't really fighting back all that much because, you know, they uh, they asked for it to begin with. It's just a very intense massage. Very, very intense. I feel like out of all the main six, Twilight has to be the most innocent one. Because I feel like while she could have read smut in one way, shape, or form, I feel like the way that her mind is, she is just like she would try and read it, be like, that is not at all anatomically how that would work, and then write a detailed letter to the writer saying why this wouldn't be able to work, and just be more angry about it than actually being into what the scene's actually depicting. I don't think I mean, AJ's power level kind of changes depending on what the show writer wants to do. Because I mean, she did kick a boulder like 50 times her size, and she was just like, and you might have called that preposterous. It's like, yeah, I. Not only am I going to save your life, I'm going to stunt on you afterwards. Good job, AJ. And AJ is also very sharp for an Earth Pony. Yeah. Actually, I could see that. I could see Velvet trying to give uh, Twilight some books to try and fulfill like her social life and maybe her romantic life. I don't feel like Velvet would give Twilight smut because she feels like it would give Twilight an unreasonable expectation for what a relationship is. But Twilight's just not interested in that at all. She's not even interested in friends at the beginning of the show, let alone friends with benefits. Rainbow is fast but not terribly sturdy. I mean, she ran into a mountain several times and a dragon several times. Like, she's plenty sturdy because we've only seen her break only one bone in the entirety of it, and it's when it like went really bad. But then she was like good in like a couple of days. So yeah, it's like Rainbow is plenty sturdy. Like the best reasoning for why Pegasi don't have hollow bones, or if they do have hollow bones, they have magic to kind of cheat to have much more to be much more sturdy. Fluttershy has 100% been the one to have the best diet, the most natural exercise, and has Angel forcing her to make good life choices. I mean, it's mostly Fluttershy forcing Angel Bunny to have good, healthy eating habits. Yeah, Twilight is only into orange humans and stallions. Will never pursue it, but I do like the idea that the mirror portal actually turns you back a couple of years, and that Sunset ha- has been not Celestia's student for so long, but she's around the same age as Twilight because the on the other side of the mirror portal, time just flows a lot slower. No, no, no! Back of the line for you. Don't you, don't you bucket this at me? I got priority pass. Oh, that's so funny. I love that. Although, would it work because she's not a bat? She's a fruit bat horse. So wouldn't she be more into fruit than the buggos? I mean, would Flutterbat be interested in changelings? Because if they were, perfect changeling detector, right there. I'll incorporate that into my belief system. That this is true. This is the way. Luna's mouth fell open. Man, what was that? Luna's mouth fell open, and she stared in wide-eyed amazement at the ponies dancing around on the colorful floor. Oh. Luna's mouth fell open, and she stared in wide-eyed amazement at the ponies dancing around on the colorful floor, the flashing lights, and the very distinct lack of stallions. Several of the dancers did seem to be emulating very stallion-esque courtship movements, but I was confident the princess would recognize that. But no, she seemed to be staring at me now. Odd. How? We aren't... Oh, hold on. That's not Luna enough. Every time I read V's post, I get the giggles. It is a very... No one can write Idol better than Idol's maker, or Mothy's maker. How we aren't... I murmured quietly. Your Highness, much has changed in your absence. For one thing, such interests are no longer relegated to quiet places for the most part. In truth, only those who care for lineage, old families, and the nobility truly care about such things anymore, and even some of those will happily prepare alternative arrangements to ensure continued bloodlines. But occasionally, it seems courtship is more easily performed when one can focus on other interested parties. But how? Came the insistent near whisper. She seemed quite... Came the insistent near whisperer. She seemed quite shocked, but ponies always did when I caught on to this, as if a changeling could ever not be aware of the tastes of the ponies around them. Love and lusts were simple in terms for a variety of flavors, after all. With time, one could even learn to distinguish the nuances to some extent. And I just... Oh... You must be at least this bat to ride. How is Topaz in front? She made a very good argument that her love of bugs is very batty. Gosh, that needs to be new artwork. Is Moth Chaser is Flutterbat hissing at Moth Chaser. I've gone batty, lunatic under the moon. I've gone batty. Once I sink my teeth in, it'll happen to you. Too bad you can't join the stream, Karma. We'll be seeing you next week, though. Same bad time, same bad channel, and all that, right? Pulls a sign from somewhere with her, Mothy, and Maud's face on it, plus a bottle of cider, plus Idol's face, and an equal sign on it. Nice. Although I feel like Moth Chaser would want him all to herself. Gently I urged her on, though her legs seemed to have locked and a little more force was required to keep her mobile. Lady Moonstone, of all those seeking your favor, I would say you did show the most interest in the harmonica. Harmonica? I think, yeah, I'm going to go with harmonica. Not even looking it up now. Lady Moonstone, of all those seeking your favor, I would say you did show the most interest in the harmonica player. I am many things, but not always a fool. And they will reciprocate the interest I may show? There was a hopefulness. even something of a hunger in the princess, but fear as well. I tried not to think on how the world had apparently been in her youth, and I would not pity this divine being. Pity was beneath her, but pity was beneath her, but sympathy I was developing in spades. My kind could never show interest in anything of the sort, but perhaps I could enable her in some small way. Thing is, it's not harmonica, it's harmonica because there's no H. If there was an H, I'd pronounce it as harmonica, but I think it's the, let's see, harmonica is like that glass thing, isn't it? Harmonica. Yeah, it's a glass harmonica called an harmonica. Yeah, a glass harmonica. Yep, I got it right. Ha ha! The glass harmonica isn't a harmon. Yeah, I know. Why do they have to be so similarly named? It is beyond ridiculous. I'm not sharing. I'm waiting my chance to swoop in and snatch up the buggo, like any good ambush predator. So you're not. So you're watching? I am not. No, Mothi is too. What did V call her? Precious and pure. She may have those dirty thoughts, but acting on them is too much for her poor little Batto. Still, I could make no promises for others. Princess Luna's faux shape was fetching, but less lovely than the dark form that was so complimented by her beloved night sky. That is for you to find out. A shot of liquid courage before you approach the dance floor? Whatever the special is, please. 2. No. That is for you to find out. A shot of liquid courage before you approach the dance floor? Whatever the special is, please. Whatever the special is, please. Whatever the special is, please. 2. I motioned. Whatever the special is, please. 2. I motioned to a husky unicorn bartender whose mane seemed to glow in the odd violet light of the bar. She eyed me curiously, but nodded at the Lady Moonstone. Before preparing for the both of us. Where did that come from? Mothi has like a dozen potential suitors waiting in the wings. She's just laser focused. That sounds so Mothi. She eyed me curiously, but nodded at the Lady Moonstone before preparing for the both of us a stout glass of clear fluid with coffee beans. To my concern, the beverages were lit on fire and gently, but not with extreme caution, slid over to us. A bit of violet magic matching the overhead lights extinguished the blue flames, and I noted that this result the result smelled rather pleasant. I toasted Luna with my own, and we downed the beverages. Luna gave a small cough, but nodded appreciatively before taking a deep breath, placing her glass down perhaps a bit harder than absolutely necessary, and striding to the dance floor. I allowed myself a small smile and turned to the approving bartender. Another, please. I have done it! I have conquered this chapter. Yay! Let's go! With 15 minutes to spare. Have I seen the 2018 She-Ra? I haven't seen any She-Ra. I heard it's good. I heard it's pretty good. But I have not personally seen it, no. I have conquered... I have conquered your challenge, Farfalla. We are much closer to the Canterlot wedding every single day. But it's time to celebrate good times. Come on. Do 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 do. Yahoo! Oh man. So I can actually, now that we are next time I'm preparing a list of distractions. Don't worry, most likely next time me, V, and Karma will be distracting each other enough to last the whole night through. No reading will be happening until probably the new year. Also, welcome back, Saber. Welcome back to the stream. Now, let's see. Where was I on this? Because I remember a thing of a thing of a thing. And I want to make sure that the thing is correct. Let's see. Let's see. The last chapter I posted was 2 months ago. Love to see it. I mean, better than my previous record of a couple of years. But I hope not to keep that going for too much longer. We need a Christmas/Heartswarming chapter. Well, that is for V to decide because I am not a writer myself. I only act one on TV. Let's see. What do we have? Do we have anything on this? No. Do we have anything here? Oh, yes. Oh, yep. Now we have 2 chapters in the backlog. Actually, let's just start editing one of them. Because why the heck not? You get to see a little bit of my process. And it's something to do for the next 13 minutes. Rather than contemplating silence. Oh, every time you call me Saber, I just reminds me I need to change my name. What would you prefer to be called? Because sometimes I am terrible with names, and sometimes I can remember things off the top of my head. If you have a preferred name you want me to call you, that'd be great. Is there a thing I can do? Maybe. Oh! Hey, Aster. Welcome. Oh, I didn't expect your new user profile to be Saber. I did not. Welcome, Aster. And oh, There we go. I am going to try a thing. Hopefully the thing that I try will help a little bit more. Just a little bit longer and a little bit, just a little bit now. And never been a fan of any hurt. And it's... Let's see if I can fix this live. Okay, okay, there we go. I have that going for me, and then I add a application. Wait, hold on. Window. Okay, we add this. We make it big. We make it big. Make it big. There we go. We make it big. Oh, now it's too big. Hold on. Go a little bit smaller. We need to make it big, but not too big. Oh no, where did the handles go? There we go. Okay. I am a professional. Anything to the contrary is probably true, but it's not nice. Let's see, is another window capture to get me? No. Where? Capture? Okay. Why is it a game capture? I have no idea. But it's going to be there. And there we go. Perfect. I am now here. I am huge. Let me just scale me down a little bit. And there we go. Temporary temp thing is temporary. Yes, I sent you to a void for a little bit, but no worries, we're back now. We have returned from the void. Oh, gosh, you can tell how many tries it took me to do Moonshine Down on me. There's a lot of audio tracks here. Gosh, why did I do this to myself? I don't know why. Let's see, does this do anything? Okay, so I haven't done anything with any of these yet. So, honestly, this is like outside of actually editing or outside of actually recording, this typically takes a lot longer. And that is just due to the fact that I am very slow at editing. I have found ways to make me a bit faster, but we do what we do not because it's easy. It's because we thought it was going to be easy, and we were very wrong. I'll just make myself a little bit bigger. Why not? Actually, oh no. Hold on. I don't have a thing. Hold on. Give me a second, because I want to. Is that a boo? Okay, that is a browser. Am I making this more complicated than it has to be? Absolutely. Am I going to change my ways? Probably not. There we go. There's everyone. You get to sit right ooh. Can I... Gosh, I'm making it much more complicated than it has to be. But you know what? It's going to happen regardless. Get it? Regardless. Aha, I'm so funny. And then we just do, no, don't do that. That's the opposite of what I want to do. You do that, and then is it, no? Alt? And this? There we go. Now, there we go. Now chat has its own little thing to call home. The thought behind my phone project. That is so fair. That is so fair. I am also like that all the time. I have great, grandiose project ideas. Will it help? Will I be able to get it done? Who knows? I'll probably be knee deep in it before I'm like, this is a bit much, isn't it? I've made a terrible miscalculation. Which, speaking of projects, one of my projects that I'm working on is building a house. And it's not just any house that I'm. It's, people hear that and they're like, "Oh man, that's going to be a lot of cost." So it's actually, when I say building a house, I mean I'm actually going to be building a house, like by myself, DIY edition, for what's hopefully going to only be for the summer. Because I don't know how I'm going to keep it covered during the winter. You've already put too much money into it to quit. That is very fair. I am going to be putting a lot towards the housing project, but I'm going to be making my own plans for it. I'm going to be doing everything myself as much as possible to save on labor, because that's going to be the most expensive thing. From the foundation, there isn't even foundations yet. I have a little lot. I have some design restrictions. I know exactly where to hook in the utilities. And it can't be bigger than my sister's house, because shout out to my sister for when she bought my grandpa's property, him having a random field of grass and her not knowing what to do there. So she's like, if anyone in the family wants to build on there, feel free. And so I'm taking her up on that offer. So I'm building my own house from the ground up, literally, and I'm going to see what's going to happen. It's going to be an interesting project. The way that it's probably going to work is I'm going to be working every day for 12 hours at my current job. I'm going to hoof it over to my sister's place, build on the house for an hour or two, go back home, sleep, and repeat. That is it. And that's probably going to be all summer long. And Saturdays, I'm just going to be spending at least half the day working on building that house. Because my deadline, the deadline I have set for myself, is to have everything enclosed by winter. Because I don't know what to do if it's not fully enclosed by winter. If you build it, they will come. No, I don't want anyone else to build. It's my building. My family has deterred me from doing my own electrical work, which I can see the very, very real reasoning behind that. So I'm probably going to have to hire electricians. But I want to see how much of everything else I can build myself. The first part of the project, honestly, I'm going to have to hire someone to do anyway. I'm going to have to hire my brother to begin with, so he can excavate all the plumbing for the utilities to begin with. Thankfully, I get a healthy discount because I'm, friends and family. I think it's like 40% or something like that. Don't quote me on that because I have no idea. He works for a very popular company to do this sort of thing, and he's the head of the excavation department. So all I have to do is come up with the blueprints, which this entire winter, if winter will ever start, I'm going to be researching building codes as well as building blueprints myself. and having it all inspected and learning if the bank will actually loan me money for this insane project or if I'm just going to have to save up every penny myself, which, won't be fun, but it's doable. It's very doable. Build a stable. That is unironically like what it's going to kind of look like. Not for any particular reasons, but I do have an idea to put barn doors everywhere. Because I think about it this way: uh, if you are in a storm, if you're in a stormy area, barn doors like actual shutters over your windows. Why did that ever fall out of fashion? Can actually shutter your home against it. And what's barn doors except the new version of a shutter? As well, it's like triple. It's like free triple pane glass. It's great. So it's going to be built from the ground up by me as much as possible. I've been in talks with people in my family. There's some people, a lot of people in my family are in the trades to begin with. So they're going to see if they can get me some good deals on stuff. And and I'm also going to talk with my aunt to get uh, her contracting number, which is what my sister did, to get contractor prices on building supplies, which is going to be fun. And my brother is going to be helping me to dig out the sewer because I can't have septic on this property. It's way too close to the road. But all the plumbing work inside, it's going to be me and maybe a different plumber friend from that I hang out with every Sunday. So it's going to be a time. It's definitely going to be a time. Hopefully it's feasible. We'll message the actor on screen soon. So if anyone doesn't know, Aster is a local friend, and we go and hang out with a local brony group every Sunday. But it it's going to be a interesting project. That's not the very big mysterious project that I actually didn't get to talk about. Oh well, something to save for a different stream. But either way, uh, if you have a let me know what you think. What questions? Think about what questions you want to ask the trio of the legionnaire of idle horse words uh, during the stream next week. Not this upcoming week, the week after, because the New Year stream is happening. Is going to be happening, rain or shine, because it's all going to happen inside. Because it doesn't really matter in the first place. It's going to be me, comma, uh, Drake, and probably Desk as well. All the writers and actors of Horse Words. So we're going to have a great time, and I hope to see y'all there, and hopefully no technical problems of any sort will happen at all ever. And, I don't need to knock on wood because I am just going to not even have a possibility of anything going wrong between now and next week. That is how confident I am, and foolhardy at the same time. But anyway, I shall see y'all next time, and you have a great night. Bye.